Meanwhile, the one guy who actually had a shot at talking some sense into the left, even he's falling victim to their liberalness. He's apologizing for stop and frisk, which he had implemented as mayor of New York City to help keep our streets safe. So much for Mike Bloomberg being able to tell them like it is. As a result, tonight the Dems are left with no one. And the only person standing up for capitalism and standing up for law and order is President Trump, the father-in-law of my next guest, Lara Trump, who is a Trump 2020 senior campaign advisor. Welcome back to the show.
Thank
it's good
you.
To see you.
Thanks for having me.
You know, I watch this now and I'm like, what kind of surreal, upside-down world are we living in when now President Obama is saying, hang on, guys, you're getting a little too left.
He's not woke enough for them, apparently, is what we're dealing with. And it's actually crazy, Trish. The way that they are portraying him is as though he was the president like 50 years ago. This was our last president. And we all thought that some of his policies were very extreme at the time. Now he is the person that's like, guys, I'm trying to save your party. Maybe you should listen to me for a second because America thinks you have totally lost it. And they're not even listening to him. They don't have time for him. They're going so far. They're all in on this crazy, crazy radical left agenda. And I mean, they can't help themselves, apparently.
And it's happening in a time when our economy is actually doing really well. And I credit your father-in-law, our president, with a lot of the policies that helped really ignite it.
Absolutely.
Lara, because we're looking at record low unemployment. I know I don't have to tell you, but just in case anybody's wondering, I mean, for minorities,
yes,
for women, the stock market doing well, all of these things are really, really good. So how do you possibly think, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, it's going to work to sit there and say, oh, yeah, we need to completely scrap what we were doing, you know, when things are good?
Well, there's an old adage, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Everything is working for people in this country right now. We have seen a renaissance of sorts under this president. And I think that it's evidenced by the fact that the Democrats are scared out of their minds. They don't know what to do. Here we are. Their only thing they can do, Trish, is try and impeach him because they know they can't beat him at the ballot box. Who among their candidates do they really think the American people are taking seriously? It is a clown show. It is a joke. These people, I really have nothing that I think the average American can relate to. And when the average American looks in their bank account at their 401ks, looks at the future for their kids, they feel pretty good about things under President Donald Trump. I don't think they want to change that. I don't think they want to go to a policy that says, I'm going to take all that away from you now and reverse all the great things this president has done. But that's what the Democrats are proposing. So here we are. That's why they're doing this nonsensical impeachment coup that they have going on right now, this show in D.C.
One thing after another, though, right? Because now, you know, the word tonight, they're launching another investigation to see if maybe he lied to Robert Mueller. It's like, come on, guys. I mean, at some point, you know, the little boy that cried wolf, right?
Well, that's
you
it.
start to get kind of tired.
Yeah.
Constant. How does the president deal with it? I wonder, because, you know, like, I mean, you know, he's a human being like anyone else, and you just keep having all this stuff thrown at you constantly. It's like, you know, how does he manage that?
Well, I think something that people forget about him, he's from Queens. He grew up a fighter, and he loves a good fight. But I think, listen, he decided to run for president, not because he needed this job, not because he was going to have a big book deal like all the other presidents do whenever he leaves office and make a lot of money. He actually will probably leave office poorer than when he went in, which most presidents, if any, I don't think can say that. But he did it because he loves this country. And now he's in there, and now he's seeing really what he's up against and really why he has to stay for 4 more years. The swamp is being drained by Donald J. Trump, and they don't like it one bit. But he's there fighting tooth and nail for the American people. And despite the fact that they have this circus going on in Washington, D.C., whether it was the Mueller investigation that finally we saw that the president didn't collude with Russia to win, or trying to block Brett Kavanaugh from becoming a Supreme Court justice, or now this Ukrainian hoax that they have going on, it doesn't really matter because the president every single day is making changes. Despite what they're doing, and Congress is doing nothing for the people of this country, the president is actually working and making great things happen every single day, despite all the nonsense in D.C.
No, it's incredible, actually, all he has gotten accomplished in the face of all of this. I know you're traveling the country. What do you hear when you go outside of this New York City bubble?
Well, it's interesting. Even in the New York City bubble, Trish, people are actually very supportive of this president, and it shocks me every single day when it happens. But I actually think that people are being even quieter now as we lead up to 2020 than they were in 2016 with their support for Donald Trump, because they've made it so hard to be a Trump supporter. The media vilifies anybody that supports our president. It seems like such lunacy to say that, but that's where we are. The number of people that come up whenever I'm in my home state of North Carolina, Florida, Ohio, Minnesota, which I think we're going to win this time around, and I'm going to go out to Oregon tomorrow, Arizona. People all across this country come up and they whisper it, but they say, we love this president. Tell him to keep fighting. And you know what? They're going to go 2020. They're going to vote. And I think we're going to see a landslide victory for Donald J. Trump.
Oh my goodness. And congratulations, by the way, to both you and your husband.
Thank you.
On your new baby, 3 months old she is?
Yes, 3 months old tomorrow.
That's great.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so much, Lara. Good to see you.